Hey guys, it's Erin. I'm coming at you from Connecticut. I left Oregon last night. I'm really screwed up time-wise with the daylight savings and the East Coast, West Coast, and the Xanax I had left over from my trip to Asia. I'm a little out of it. But I wanted to talk to you all about a couple things. First of all, please get the word out about my book. Please come to the live event. It's going to be online. I'll give you the information. It'd be fabulous if you could tell all your friends, friends of friends, acquaintances, and people we know we don't like. That'd be great. Secondly, every day this week I'm going to be posting a blog about lies we tell ourselves. Now, we don't tell ourselves these lies because we're bad people. Well, most of us aren't. It's just, when we lie to ourselves, it's easier short-term, destructive long-term. Yesterday, one of the lies, if you read the blog, which you should, because you had an extra hour of time with the daylight saving, no S, who knew, time, was we don't have time. Like, we don't have time to make healthy food. We don't have time to journal. We don't have time to, basically prioritize our health, which is just flat out insane. Because if our health is not a top priority, so many other things just fall by the wayside. A couple of you guys that I'm really close to know that I went to Oregon for basically a family crisis. A close member of my family passed away this last weekend. She genetically had BRCA1, which is horrendous. That was something pretty much out of her control. She just had it, right? She couldn't do anything about it. That's just a really, really cruel twist of fate. Now, there are some things we can't do anything about. It's like 30% of epigenetics is that small wedge. Epigenetics is like what we do with our genetics. So that's like what happened to my Nancy. 70% of it is up to us, meaning our diet, our exercise, how we handle our stress. So when we constantly tell ourselves these giant loads of crap, for a lot of reasons, and not because we're bad people, it's just we get in this weird mindset. Today, I'm going to be writing about, I know what to do, I just need to do it. Now, how many times have you said that to yourselves? How often have you said that to other people? Like, I know what to do. I've been to Weight Watchers 1,000,000 times, or done Jenny Craig, or I've done this or that or whatever. I just need to do it. So I'm going to do it later. And later never comes. Why do we do that? Why do you do that? I'll tell you why I did that. Because I really wasn't ready to fully commit, and I wanted just to kind of say something. And saying something was easier than saying, I don't want to do this, so pass me the junk food. And I'm okay wearing a pair of jeans that I don't like the number of, so leave me alone. That's what I was really saying with those I know what to do, but I'm not going to do it words. So every day this week leading up to my book launch, I'm going to be writing about that. I want you to read them. If something really hits close to home, you're really emotional, line of ugh, pay attention to that. That's about you then. If you read it and you're like, well, that was interesting, Erin. Good for you. That's not pushing any buttons. If your buttons are pushed, listen to that. I am me, because that's important. Because there are some things, like when I read it, and I read someone's blog or read someone's article or whatever, and it's like, great, great, great. And then it's like, whoa. Then I really listen. Brene Brown always gets me. Or Glennon Doyle Mellon, she changed her last name because she got remarried to someone else. She always, it's like, wow, truth bomb. So if any truth bombs go off with you this week and what I'm writing about, listen, because it's for a reason. All right, one last thing, then I got to run. So I was gone this past weekend, and I have a dog. I also have a husband and 2 children. And my husband technically is smart. I've been told he has degrees and stuff, But around the house, sometimes I really wonder because of the story I'm about to tell you. So I get off the plane. Like I said, I'm so screwed up time-wise. It's a really hard trip emotionally, as you can imagine. And I'm also kind of stressed about the book and stuff. And he texts me and he's like, don't worry, when you get home, because there was going to be like a half an hour from the time he dealt with the kids and took them to school between me walking home, getting in the door. He's like, don't worry when you walk in the house or our room, there might be dog poop everywhere. Because the dog's crate has been in our room. And we have a white rug in our bedroom. And I was like, what are you talking about? So basically, the dog had an accident in the crate at night because he fed the dog after, like, you know how I say close the kitchen? He didn't close the dog's kitchen like he's supposed to. Again, they say he's intelligent, but sometimes I wonder. And so the dog had an accident in the crate. No one smelled it. Again, who knows what happens when I'm gone. And the dog got out of the crate and walked to the door of our bedroom, white rug, all the way down the hall, silverish runners, down the stairwell with poop on his feet. Don't get mad. I know. And then when he came home, and I was, you know, like any normal woman would have been of like, what is wrong with you? He told me to calm down. Calm down. So I'm going to attach a little funny video from Hot Housewives of Atlanta, which I always think is hilarious when someone tells someone to calm down. So, happy Monday.